Ah yes, the video that almost killed my passion. As you may or may not know, Love Live is a school idol series taking place at various schools, tackling various issues between group and non-group members. Due to a complete lack of time management and the extreme boredom I had while watching the shows, I'm gonna split this video into two. This month we'll cover Love Live School Idol Project, which follows Muse, and Love Live Sunshine, which follows group Aquas. And next week will be Nijikasaki and Superstar. So before I start talking about the shows, I asked the advice of Love Live expert and veteran, as well as good friend Zofla, of his thoughts, and here's what he had to say.
What about Love Live do I like? Who said I liked?
I just really like Watanabe.
So yeah, as you could say, high hopes, but that soon went down. When watching the first season of School Idol Project, I was almost immediately burnt out and regretting my decision to do this video, but in saying that, I didn't think it was that bad of a show. The story sees Honoka find a school about to shut down due to lack of attendance. Because of this, Honoka looks to do anything to keep the school running when she finds idols. So impressed by idols, she looks to rope close friends Umi and Katori into it. Whilst initially reluctant, they both eventually fold to the idea. Another thing is that the school council president is reluctant to the idol group, as a common thing to see with these shows, rejecting the idea, then rejecting the creation of the club, to eventually joining the club, with a vague but well-meaning assistant, another thing which we'll see again in the series. Beyond that is Idol Research President Nico, who you may know from this popular meme. And the first years who, beyond Maki being a talented piano player, the other two just feel like filler characters added to fit the 3-3-3 formation of first, second and third year students. Along with this is a rival regional group who Muse will be competing against called AAAAHHHHHH, which I'll put the members on screen for you because I honestly can't be bothered to explain them as much as I did with Muse. Initially, Muse intends to go to the top of the Love Live competition, which gets foiled by the group's inner turmoil due to the overworking of themselves and Katori planning to move overseas. Though, in classic anime fashion, the group ends up together and happy by the end. Character-wise, we definitely follow Honoka the most, with her selfish but insistent mindset leading the way for the rest of the group. Katori and Umi we see the next most, with Katori being a bit more quiet but skilled in costume making, and Umi being the one with stage fright. Eri, the school council president, is very firm, which in the series is shown to be because of her past in dancing, and her assistant, Nazumi, is into spiritual things and kind of predicts the whole story at least as much as you can when you're written to predict the future. Nico is shown to have a rough home life and is very egocentric, but falls to the idol group upon seeing her future with them. Finally is Maki. Maki is talented at piano and refuses to join the group because she doesn't like pop music, but I don't know, Honoka possesses her or something, and so she joins and creates music for the group. And as I said earlier, the other two, Hanayo and Rin, don't really do much. So yeah, there's the characters. No character really stood out to me and all felt fairly stereotypical, but hey, maybe that's just me. I think I've touched on this season enough. I didn't go too in depth with the story as to not spoil too much, but hey, I would call this just another idol show. 6 out of 10. So next is the OVA, and I think this is a great time to say how annoying it was to find a timeline to watch this. I kid you not, some of them had music videos as a part of the timelines. I get some people are fans, but still, music videos? Anyway, the OVA starts in a dream sequence, where it then has some dialogue and ends in a concert. Can you tell I didn't pay much attention? I mean, it was only 15 minutes runtime, and when you have like 3 to 5 minutes as the characters singing, there is not much there. Next. Season 2 follows the group get involved with the next Love Live competition, where we see them make it through quarterfinals and make it to preliminaries, and Honoka becomes school council president for some reason. The competition is shown to heat up, with AAAAHHHH and Muse both looking to provide their best performances to win, except most of that happens off screen, and there's just a jump cut from them preparing to win to them winning, which to me was anticlimactic. The third years also graduate, creating a conflict moving forward with the uncertainty of the group. Either way, this season was just kind of building to the movie, 6 out of 10. The School Idol movie again follows Muse, for like the 9th hour in a row, this time following the end of Muse's journey, which sees the group decide on their future with the exit of the 3rd years via graduation. So by this point there isn't too much to say on the characters, as they all sort of finish developing by the middle of the 2nd season. This doesn't mean it's worse than previous seasons though, as seeing the bonds the characters made and how they treat semi-serious topics such as their futures is handled well as well. My complaints are that the characters still don't really stand out, and that it's the 9th hour of me watching Love Live. But beyond that, the show is pretty good for Idol fans, which I know I may look like, but I am not. I have standards, I swear. The show does enough to warrant itself, even if I felt pure pain watching. And with that, I give the finale of the first Love Live series, Love Live The School Idol Project movie, a 6 out of 10, aka the same thing as everything else. Love Live Sunshine, this guy's favorite. In Sunshine, a whole new cast of characters appears, in pretty much the exact same situation as the first series. Chica sees Muse's success and wants to create an idol group, with the school she attends likely to shut down. Chica is pretty much Honoka again, but around her are some different characters. Yor is the dedicated and fairly talented childhood friend of Chica, and to round off the 2nd years is Riko, the transfer student and talented pianist, and hey, is that my Osu top play? The 3rd years are the child of the school director Mari, the school council president Daya, who would you believe stops the club from happening multiple times, as well as Kanan, who is a childhood friend with the other 3rd years mentioned, and I don't remember much else about her. 1st year wise there is Ruby, Daya's little sister, Hanamaru, who is fairly unfit compared to the rest, and Yoshiko, who is some fortune teller type of character, who all create or join the group Aquos. The season mostly follows their rise from irrelevancy, which they make apparent by the amount of 0 votes the group gets when entering competitions, which is capped off with the group performing in front of a large crowd and finally gaining some notoriety. Being totally honest, Sunshine doesn't do much to stand out from the original series. It feels more like a retelling where they just fleshed out the characters better and tweaked a few things in order to make it different enough. The story goes through similar beats of a happy-go-lucky high school girl seeing an idol group and wanting to recreate it, roping in childhood friends and struggling to have success, with them ultimately having some success but having to compromise a bit as well. Another thing the shows have in common is an edgier side band that are friends slash rivals to the main group. Saint Snow are that band this time and are a sister duo who, whilst initially are more talented than Aquos, have their own struggles which we see across later seasons. Overall, I would say Sunshine had a better start than School Idol Project, but whether that's worth an extra point or not is up to you. To me, it isn't, so 6 out of 10. I'ma keep it real, I don't remember much about this season. I think it covers the group coming to terms with the school merging after initially trying to save it, on top of the relationships of younger sisters Ruby and Sarah with older sisters Daya and Leah from Accords and Saint Snow respectively. Other than that, I don't think much happens. Obviously the group performs at various stages, but I guess I should talk about why I have been avoiding the topic of music so far. To preface, I don't have much of a taste in music in general. There are songs I like and songs I don't, but Love Live music in general is just noise to me. I like Snow Halation and Believe Again, but I would never actively choose to listen to Love Live music over or under any other music. Not to mention, I'm not the biggest fan of group singing, though that's just me though. Because of this, I don't want to give any opinions on the music due to my unique feelings on the medium as a whole. Well anyway, I have one movie left, so let's carry out until the end. The Sunshine movie covers the final attempt of Accords to win the Love Live title, as both the school is being shut down past the end of the school year and 3rd year Mari is graduating and studying abroad, meaning that at a minimum the group is shrinking and at a maximum the group is disbanding, though I'm unsure whether these questions go answered or not by the end of the final scenes in the movie. Either way, the group is set on winning. Meanwhile, Saint Snow bows out early due to an accident on stage and is now helping Aquos with their training, or was that last season? The whole series is becoming a blur to me. Either way, the group's perform and Aquos wins. Big shock. At the school they have a presentation showing off the trophy and then close the school, where they then hold a concert and end scene. 7 out of 10. Overall, what's the lesson here? Don't try and watch like 7 or 8 seasons of a show and 2 movies in a month. Next month will be a follow-up covering Nijigasaki and Superstar. As I prefaced earlier, at least there are no movies there. I expect to be back with a somewhat normal schedule starting next year, despite a few plans that may delay or change videos in the early stages. Apart from that, I'm going to take a break and a long hard look at myself for choosing to do this. Other than that, look at my socials for stuff, and thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!